me studied, I did 2 degrees. I put out over 50 CVs, not even one single response.
Yeah. So how was it teaching kids in China?
Wow.
Before we go further.
If I describe it in one word, let's say it's lovely. Lovely. Working with kids anywhere, be it Kenya, China, whichever country, yeah, is amazing. So they used to teach in the nursery school. You know, kids have a lot of energy and drive. Oh man, that used to be very good. It used to excite me a lot. Then another thing I learned from
They
the
were not
kids,
scared of you because you're different from
hey, of course, the first time you'd see a kid who come and touch your skin like this, and then look at the finger to see if some color will remain on the finger. They've never seen a black man before. They would come and touch your hair. Even guys would bet. Remember, it used to be a bit tough. I did very many arm wrestling matches there. You go to a club to have fun, but there's some group of guys on another table. They're making bets. Bet you guy you can't defeat that black man in arm wrestling. So you just see a group of guys coming. Would you mind competing with this guy? Of course, us were Ugali people. Kadang, kadang. Even swimming competitions, I did a lot of them. These ones of betting. So it was a very interesting place. I learned a lot of the language from the kids. So I stayed with them for around 1.5 years, teaching them. Then I decided to call it quits. Why? Because I saw this experience I'm getting here, there's no way I can transfer it back to Kenya. I love my country. I love to see Kenya grow. So I decided to go into something that will help guys at home. So I stopped teaching and went into business. So at that time...
And before you go further into going into business, what's the craziest experience you had while you were in China during that time?
Don't mind my expressions. You're bringing up very interesting memories. I remember there was this one time, these guys, they gave me a dare, or they wanted to... You see, these guys just want to test your limits. So they took me to a place. I didn't know what this stuff was, but it's their local changa. Oh God. So of course, being the guy that I am, bring it on. I remember I took 3 sips. The next thing I remember, I can't remember who were carrying me, but I can remember my arms, I was being lifted. I could feel 2 forces. And I was singing this song.
And you were sober before you drank the 3 sips?
Yes.
This was from 0 to there?
0 to there.
Wow.
Because you see, me, I'm not used to this thing. Maybe they were saying take it slowly, but at that time I just want to drink. So me, I was downing it. I remember I took around 2 cups, but this thing was extra strong. Because you see, their normal beers are very light. Chinese beer, you can do it bottoms up from the bottle and you finish it and you're okay. But I remember that time, my hands were in the air. What I can remember, I was singing "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion. That's how strong that thing was. The body has been disabled, but your mind is still wants to fight. Yeah, that was a very beautiful experience. It taught me don't underestimate. Yeah. Apart from that, other things that wowed me so much was mainly these people. Their culture is very strong. I would wish in Africa we would realize how important it is to treasure your identity.
Exactly, yes.
That's what you're known with on the global stage. Here in Kenya, we know each other by tribes. But now, we shouldn't spend a lot of time dealing with tribes. Remember, we need to think globally. Those people are very united. A lot of Western influences, you won't find it there. I don't know if people know. Do you know in China there's no YouTube? There's no Facebook? All these Google services are not there. Why? Because their president saw, no, if we allow these things to come here first, we have the biggest market in the world in terms of people. It's the most populous country in the world. If we allow other people to come into our market, no, it won't be so good. They'll take over this market. They'll start to bring their other influences here. But the Chinese government is very smart, so they blocked all those things. If you've heard of the Great Firewall of China, yeah, just check on Google. The government controls all the traffic that goes in and out of China. So when they block these YouTubes, they'll give an opportunity for their own, to grow their own company. And remember,
International. They're all to grow their own company. Remember, that's where we're picking. Okay.
the Chinese love to grow their own company. They will grow their own first before they start to grow an outside company, which I wish Africa can take also that kind of a mentality. Because I see here we play a lot of foreign stuff, we worship foreign things.
Exactly, yes.
We forget we can do it at home. If we cannot change that kind of thinking, we'll forever be slaves. Sorry to use a strong word, but that's just the reality of things. If you look at the statistics now, China economy has surpassed the US. I think you saw them recently complaining of these electric vehicles. No, you see, why not for the Chinese? A large percentage of homes in Africa to date will not be having a music system, no a TV. Remember before, the market used to be dominated by Sony, Philips, JVC.
Exactly.
Remember the first TV that Chinese TV landed in Africa was this Great Wall.
Yes.
Yeah, Great Wall TV. Gave a lot of people opportunity to own
a TV.
Before that, we used to watch programs in the neighbor's house. You see, I really like that kind of an ideology, and it drives me a lot. You see, like what we're doing now, music. These things people can afford. It's just that the old models are no longer working. You see, for example, in Western countries, you have to pay salaries, those people, all these meeting costs, the overhead costs are too high. But then in China, they try to reduce those kind of overheads and focus on mass production. You see, their phones now have overtaken these other companies. The time I was in China, I remember it was 2017. I'll send you a photo. Oppo had a very small shop. I even sent that photo to guys in Kenya. But look now, Oppo has very many phones around.
Exactly, yeah.
Then one thing also I liked and learned from them, they support their own, and they're open to new ideas. Here we'd choose Western stuff over our own. And I think that's where we need to change our thinking. Because if we continue that way, our kids won't have jobs, unemployment will never end.
It keeps getting worse.
Worse and worse.
We are mostly consumers.
When I was there, I learned how they call Africans. They call African people Feijoren.
Which means Feijoren.
Yeah, Feijoren is a black man. Feijo is actually African man. It's not bad like nigger word. When you go in the US, they call you nigger. You see, nigger is very open and it's not very clear on what they're talking about. But when I sat with the Chinese, I came to understand why they call African people like that. It is not in a bad way. I'm an African, but I understand where they're coming from. For them, they're seeing Africa is a large continent. Same as China. We have a large landmass. The population is extremely high. So that's a ready market. We have lots and lots of natural resources here.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but we are poor in the mind of the Chinese. So, in a way, I'm not speaking on their behalf, but it's just from my own thinking. For them, they're saying like, wow, these people have all these things, but they still do not respect themselves. They still want other people to come from outside and do things for them in form of aid, grants, those kind of things. Those do not exist. They build their own. The Chinese people are ready to support their own. And that's how they became the #1 economy in the world. The statistics have not yet, they're still battling with that reality. They might be in denial, but the fact is, it's the strongest economy in the world.
It is.
A lot of, you see this firewall, they allow foreign info to come. They can study the rest of the world, but you cannot study them. Yeah, they call him Chairman Xi.
So what in, like, they've blocked Facebook, YouTube. So what are the guys they're using? Social media.
They have their own. They have their own. I'll surprise you. TikTok is a Chinese company,
Yes.
but under a different name. I think it's, I can't remember. It's called Pinduoduo. Pinduoduo is another one. Yeah. Even right now, the tech Silicon Valley is getting a lot of competition from the Chinese. To take you back a bit, some years back, there was this guy called Jack Ma.
Jack Ma, yeah.
Yes, he came to Kenya and he did some speeches even in the University of Nairobi.
Yeah.
Jack Ma is a very visionary guy. At the time he started, Amazon and Yahoo Marketplace were the biggest things in China. But Jack Ma was like, no, these foreign brands cannot come and compete with us in our own territory. They did a documentary, if you want to know more about that, it's called Crocodile in the Yangtze. So even from that title, the Yangtze is the biggest river in China. It's the Yangtze River. So they were equating themselves to a crocodile inside the Yangtze River. You cannot go to fight the crocodile in its territory. Yeah. So because it makes sense. You see, when you're local, you can make decisions and implement them immediately. But if you're being run from another country, you have to hold meetings, a lot of bureaucracy, red tape, before you adjust to the market. And that's what's making a lot of these companies to be left behind by the competition. Nokia is no more.
Yes.
Bureaucracy. A lot of these companies fell by the wayside due to that kind of a red tape, but they're very practical. And that's the same philosophy we're bringing here in the Fox Hi-Fi. We don't have a lot of bureaucracy.
We've not gotten there. Slowly.
Clearly.
So your time in China ended.
Yes. Then I came back to Kenya. At that time I was doing business under the brand Interlink Online Shop.
Okay.
What we're doing in Kenya, what we're doing at that time, WhatsApp was big during that time, between 2013, 2016. So what we're doing, and WhatsApp was not blocked in China. So we used to advertise ourselves in China. We were telling people, if you need anything from China, just contact us, send us the money here, we'll go and look for the products for you, ship them to you back home, and you do business. So we were meeting mainly in the WhatsApp groups. I remember I had like 500 members. I had 5 groups. Remember, we used to buy stuff from...
You had 500 members on WhatsApp?
Yeah, we had 500 members on the WhatsApp. So what used to happen there, I would move around the different markets, post pictures of the different stuff I've seen. If you see anything you like, just send the money and I'll buy it for you, and I send it to you. The business was good, but I wouldn't want to go in the reasons why we left there, because that's the national policy. I'll just go briefly. At that time we went as English teachers. The government had a policy. They'll allow English teachers to go to China. We teach them how to speak English. For the ones who are doing business, they used to study what we are doing, but then when they saw they've learnt enough, they changed the visa policy. Now all you guys, you can go back to where you came from, and now they're the ones who started going out. I'm sure in many countries you're seeing them, they're all over. It was a strategy which was very well executed. Go there, teach them, then they'll tell you to go back, then they'll now do it on their own.
Now they can speak English, they can come now learn from us and
yes.
And also spread their wings further.
Came back, we tried to do that business, but it's not as easy as compared to when you're there. Then in the year COVID struck when it's 20 or 2021, 2020. Remember this time I'm focusing on bringing ready stuff from there, selling here. But when COVID struck, that means there's no flights from China, so trade stopped. And I saw, no, this is quite risky. Yeah? So I decided to change the strategy a bit because we were depending 100% on them. So now I decided to switch the strategy. Let it be 80% here, 20% there.
Wow.
So during the COVID time, that's actually when this Fox Hi-Fi started.
What is Fox? Foxhole? It's Fox Hi-Fi.
Yes, yes.
What is that?
Fox is a combination of Fox Hi-Fi systems, 3 names. Fox is short form for Foxhole.
Yes.
That's our mother company.
Yes, yes.
Hi-Fi is high fidelity. We wanted to separate ourselves from the crowd. High fidelity sound is another name for good quality sound.
Yes.
Okay, remember I was telling you when I was in Japan, this green line told me he makes his own stuff. I hadn't yet figured that out. So during COVID, I got a chance now to think, okay, so remove China from the picture. What can we do since the planes are not there? Remember, this is COVID time. So what can we do to make sure we have a full system here? So I break down into sections, amplifier and the speakers. So first, which one was the easiest to start with? Speakers. So I first started doing the cabinets for the speakers because we had access to wood and tools. I started with the hacksaw, that one of cutting with the hand during COVID time. But then we improved over time. We perfected the speaker craft because we also have to do research. I moved around. Remember, I had a strong background. I've come from the studio, so I know how good music sounds. I've went to Japan. I've seen these people who make these electronics, what they're doing with them. Then I went to China and actually saw how they're being made. So I combined all these knowledge. And when I came back here, I started to analyze. So what's wrong with the systems that we have here? First, these songs are not sounding the way they were sounding in the studio. Where could the problem be coming in? It should be the speakers. You know, our music is bass heavy. Many people complain about the bass. The bass is not enough. So we started with the 12-inch speakers. I moved around and saw what people were doing. It was more of what people were doing was more of a handed down knowledge. For example, remember they were not trained. Even if you go into most of the garages now, you'll realize most of these people don't have training of the sound. They just know how to connect them to start working. But now when it comes to making them sound good, now there is a different story. So I first started analyzing the bass cabinets. So I put it in the computer. We have tools for calculating. It's not just a matter of assembling some pieces of wood. There's some calculations that go inside it.
Okay.
So you see we have some certain tools, and this is one of the things I use. That's why they call me the sound doctor. This is actually my main tool for cabinetry.
What is that exactly?
This one is to, you see when you put it in the ear, when you put it on that cabinet, you can actually feel what is going on. You can hear if the speaker is getting overworked. You can hear if the cabinet has good enough integrity. If there are any kind of rattles, you'll hear everything inside. It's very crystal clear.
Oh, wow.
So I use this to...
What is it called?
This is a stethoscope. I know it by that name, stethoscope.
But this is modified for sound?
For sound, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So I use this. So we came up with very good cabinets. In fact, even if you search online, I'm not trying to blow my own horn. But when I came in, I've changed a lot of things in the music consumption sector, the hardware part of it.
Okay.
So I introduced them to what a tuned cabinet is. Maybe they used to hear that name, but they didn't know how you actually get a tuned cabinet. What they were doing, they'll just pick this speaker, put it in this box, put it in. So there was a lot of guesswork going on. And at that time, the client doesn't understand also what is going on. So when they just hear music, this installer will tell them, hey, unasikia vile iko sawa. But it's not really sounding good. So I didn't like this kind of an idea. So I decided to change it. So we started with the cabinets. When we perfected that, then we now moved into the amplifier section. Amplifier now, we start to study Sony, Kenwood's, Pioneer, what they're doing. Then we come up with our own. Let me show you a sample. Like these are 3 amplifiers. This is what I was working on today. I will not show them in detail. I'll just do a brief glimpse. So actually these are 3 models. If you
they're not the same.
They're not the same.
Okay.
The mid section are the same. That's this blue one. But the red section is the one for the bass. So you see we have different. So of the 3, this is the most powerful.
Okay.
But this one has advantages because you can fine tune the sound. For example, you know, when you listen to Lingala and you listen to Crank, they're not giving out the same bass. So this allows you to tune according to your preferred music genre. Then this one is the medium one. They don't have knobs. So actually these are 3 amplifiers. These are our new products. Sneak preview, you're going to see them in the market soon.
So in terms of pricing, they'll be different.
Oh yes, but not major difference. The price difference will just be 1,000 bob. So I saw these huge systems. Then there's this Moore's law of electronics. You don't mind if we go too in detail. But Moore's law, way back they were saying, after every year, the power of these ICs will double in every year. Remember the first computers, this was not long time ago, late 70s. They used to occupy a whole room.
Yes.
Yeah, but right now, even this small phone, you find that it's more powerful than that computer that occupied a whole room.
Yes.
Look at the time when this technology has changed. This is a span of 10 years, 10, 15, 20 maximum. So electronics, they're becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. So before Sony and these other companies react to that, us will just come up and do it. So our amps mainly, you find they're tiny amps, but they're very powerful. They don't take up a lot of space, but they give you very high quality sound. You see, our amplifiers use these ICs they call Class D. They're digital. All amplifiers that came before that, they were using transistors. Yes, they're loud, but they're not efficient. They generate a lot of heat. That's why you see those systems are very big. When you lift them, they're heavy. Those components are old school compared to an old computer.
Okay.
And an iPhone. Ours are in the iPhone leagues of the amplifiers.
Okay.
Small, efficient, does exactly what it's supposed to do, very well, and at an affordable price. So that's what's making us to be on top. If I was to say something, we first started out with the car audio. Remember I had a car some time back. I sold it to fund this Fox Hi-Fi systems. That's how much I love music. Yes. So I remember that the first time I took this car for sound to be installed, funny thing, the guy I took to install for me that sound is now my business partner in Fox Hi-Fi. So I went, he gave me a very strange quotation. He told me, if you want good sound here, come with around 40K. What do you mean? 40,000 for what? I told him, okay, wait, I'll come up with this. Just put for me these small speakers. I'll bring for you something better. Came to my lab. Then I came up with a system that's cost 10K. From 40, I took it down to 10. In this 10K, what do you get? You get an amplifier. You get a bass speaker, the one to put in the boot.
One or a pair?
One. Then you get a pair of tutors. And even the installation charge is included in there.
Okay.
At first, people were not believing. 10K system for a car? Wow. No, we must go and have a test. I'll tell you, everybody who came for a test ended up taking it. Because I was seeing the size. They're used to seeing huge things. No, this small thing you're showing us cannot produce that good sound. In fact, it's our top selling product. Right now, I'm proud to say a good number of cars have that system. Yeah, 2 digits. 2 digits.
Congratulations.
Amen. Oh, 10K package really put us on the map where we're supposed to be. If you have a car, a hatchback, another thing for this 10K package. See, when I sold my car, I used to travel in Matatu a lot. Then I noticed cars are changing nowadays. We're moving away from saloon. Hatchback are a new concept. Those are new concept cars. Many cars on the road now are hatchback. So they don't have that huge boot space. So if you need sound, good sound, I realize space, these people are now looking at space. I wouldn't want to put in a huge speaker. Let's say I want to put a suitcase in the back. I'm traveling now. We have to remove the speaker.
Yes.
No.
Crazy.
So we came up with a small speaker, but very powerful. So if you have a hatchback, even the smallest hatchback, the one we know is which one? Daihatsu, which one? It will occupy a third of that boot space. So even if you come with a suitcase, you'll just put it in there.
Use your boot space nicely.
So it's a small amp, very compact. We don't exaggerate the costs. So people really appreciated this system and it's doing quite well. So when the 10K package took shape, me, I'm also always looking for new frontiers. So we now started doing home audio. Right now we have a number of good systems for the home. Very competitive price compared to what you're getting out there in the these other retail outlets.
For example?
Many people bought into this idea of the home theater.
Yep.
I hear people saying they spend 40,000, 50,000 for that machine. Wow, not good. Not good. Okay, come with 25,000 to Fox Hi-Fi system. I'll make for you something that will, when you switch this thing on, that home theater will short circuit some wires inside. So when people are taking it up very well, so I'd say the thing is growing now. It's growing and people are responding well. Very optimistic for the future.
Nice.
I would just wish our leaders would see what we're trying to do and try to create avenues where young guys can take up such kind of crafts. You see, make things with a hand. Right now, Fox Hi-Fi Systems, we have a number of staff. We have Boni, we have Victor the Surgeon, we have Chairman Mweshimiwa, and Festo, we have Kahoro, we have Yasin. All these are young guys. I'm happy, but me started, I did 2 degrees. I put out over 50 CVs, not even one single response. So imagine what these young guys are going through. So right now,
the guys you've mentioned are part of your team?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
These are guys who finish school, they try to look for jobs, they're not there. No, so we came and we built our own thing. We're now in Fox and they all they're living in their own homes now.
Nice.
Things are working out well for them.
Okay.
We just wish, as we're in sound, if you guys are listening, there's many fields people can venture into. The most ideal being solar energy. I don't know why people are taking time to get that thing. Africa, we're blessed with equal, when it's noon in Africa, the sun is always overhead. So we have consistent sunlight all through the year. When I look at the energy bills that people are paying here, they're outrageous. Do you know, man, in Africa we have among the highest electricity bills per month. These other countries, power is cheap. You see, when power is expensive, then everything else...
Yes. Cost of production goes up, everything else goes up,
I was motivated by people. If the guys who are listening, think of venturing into those kind of fields. Create opportunities for yourself. But it's not so easy because it's something which is quite new. You might find the infrastructure for those kind of things are not there. In other countries, you can get funding easily. In US, we have these venture capitalist things which are well established. But here we don't have those kind of. But that shouldn't limit you. Start small. I don't. Fox Sci-Fi started with a hacksaw, one tool. Yeah?
What are you using now to cut the wood?
Oh man, my workshop is now fully equipped. If I display the things there, we have benches. Anything I need to do, we can do it from here. Which let me add. You see, at Fox Hi-Fi, we want to be in control of the processes. We want to make sure the quality is up to standard. So right now we do most of those things in-house. There's a lot of work to be done. There's woodwork, there's electronics, there's marketing, and all these other branches, metal work, electronics for wiring, automotive electronics, different from home electronics. So you can create something based on those. So we try to keep those in-house. So car audio went well. Home audio is picking up very well.
Okay.
We're giving all these other foreign brands serious competition. But that's not the end of Fox. Where do we see it? We have a lineup of products. But I wouldn't want to spill the beans for now.
Before you go even into that, I wanted to know, because you see, one of the things that people are normally worried about is how the stuff looks. You know, that's why they like foreign.
Okay.
Factory made what? So is that a challenge you encounter in your line?
Actually, that's a major challenge. That's a major challenge. Because you see here, we have access to wood, and there's limitations to what you can do with wood. We still don't have factories where we can do plastics. You see these other foreign brands, they come with very good looking faces. Those are plastic, made in, it's called injection molding. We still don't have those facilities here.
Yeah. Okay.
So we are still on wood. We're trying our best to do the wood. Wood is not my main line, but I do it. In time, if I get somebody who is good in that craft, feel free, come, show us what you can do, and join us in the team. So there, actually, on the aesthetics, we're facing some challenges.
Okay.
Mainly due to the nature of the material we're working with.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of limitations with wood. In future, I hope we can do 3D printing. We can go to plastic. Yeah, that way we'll have finished the aesthetics. But before that, we're looking to go to metal soon. Metal is a bit easier. So this is one. This one we're going to release in maybe a month or two. We want to do metal casings. Those ones are good. Also, they help in the heat dissipation.
Okay.
Reduce.
And this one is locally done, or you import this?
We collaborate with the factories that have those facilities in China. What we do, we give them the design. Like this one, I gave them the design.
Okay.
So they did for me a prototype. It comes here, so I test it, see if it will work well. If it passed the test, then we go into mass production.
So this will be the next set of amplifiers?
Yes.
Okay.
Mainly for the car audio setup.
Okay.
You see, most car amplifiers have metal casings, yeah?
Yes.
Because imagine this car is locked, it's packed somewhere under the sun. If you put it in a wood enclosure, it's like you put these things in an oven, they're going to overheat. That's a secret. That's why most car amplifiers have metal casings. It's actually a heat sink. That whole case is a heat sink.
Okay. So how soon will this be available in the market?
This one hopefully a month or two. But before it comes out, we try to release new products after every 2 weeks.
Okay. In terms of which month is this? August?
Yeah, hopefully this can be towards end of August.
Okay.
Then this will be available for mass production.
And will the pricing change?
Not so much. If when it comes to our pricing increase, it doesn't increase by a lot. Maximum 2,000.
Okay.
The electronics inside are the same. What is changing is the case. Now, because we're doing it in bulk, the price might go up a bit.
Okay.
Right now we're doing wood. Wood is a bit cheaper. You see, wood will buy it here and we transport it here with a motorbike. But now when we do this, you now have to think it has to go through in the cargo ship, comes to Kenya, deal with the port clearance, those kind of things end up pushing up the cost.
Yes.
But we try to minimalize it. So we try as much. So if it's increased 1,000, if 2,000, it shouldn't pass 2,000.
Okay.
Because remember, the aim is mass production.
Yes.
Every home must have a good music system. Because music is life.
You better say that again. Yes. Yeah. So what next for Foxhole or for Donna Cage or for all these things that you're doing?
Right now, that's a very good question. Right now, I feel that Fox Sci-Fi have taken it to a place where it's supposed to be. So personally, I'm looking to go into another field. I want to go into the market of TV.
Okay.
Yeah. But for me to do that, I'm looking for individuals who have drive and who have a strong vision. They come, if you fit the bill, you can take over from what I'm doing. That will allow me now to move into a new product. My next product I'm targeting so much, TV, television screen. It's not so complicated.
You've tried one?
Oh yes. Tried one. Actually, let me take you back a bit.
Okay.
I like to give credit where it's due. This idea of sound, it's actually Clément. I organized for him. He visited China. He came with Aton.
Okay.
So Clément is actually the one who planted that idea. He told me, hey, we can do music systems. For me, the idea stuck. So I ran with it.
Wow.
I understand he's too busy. He has the passion, but I understand his schedule is quite tight. He might not be very engaged in it. But we communicate. He gives us a lot of support. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's tight. Okay. Oh, I didn't know, by the way, that actually it was Clément who inspired all this, man.
Yes. I like to give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Remember, Weather Station saw the green screen.
Yes.
Patrick of where my mom used to work.
Yes.
Showed us the first video on the computer.
Okay, into music videos.
Yes. So Patrick came to Foxhole. He showed us, wow, this thing can actually big.
Yeah.
By the way, if you hadn't came in there, Foxhole would have remained hardcore. When you came in, you've now brought in the swag, mass market kind of entertainment.
Man, that was a beautiful time, man.
I'll take you back a bit. The market is evolving. You see, especially the music industry. When we started, we had a lot of influence of hip-hop. Wu-Tang, Lost Boys, Tupac, Dr. Dre. But in Kenya, something interesting happened. Remember there was a time Kalamashaka were on the top of the charts.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then at the time people were saying, you see, these people are singing about hardships. Now, I'm a working class. I've just finished work. I want to go somewhere, have a drink. I don't want to listen to more hardships than where I've come from.
Yes, and that was the end of them, man.
Yes, and I think that concept is what gave the origin to this genge and in particular Boomba.
Yes.
Boomba was the first type of feel-good kind of music.
When the Ogopa DJs came in.
Yes.
Yes, and what do you listen to music now, and what do you think about the industry? In 2024, are you listening to what these younger guys are doing?
Yes,
are we in the right direction? Has music grown according to you, or are we going? Is it going up, or is it going down, or are we still stuck?
It's really going up. There's a lot of freedom in what people can talk about. See, back in the day, there's some topics you couldn't talk about. But right now, they're singing them freely. You remember this song of, I think it was TLC, it was SWV. Let's talk about...
Okay, yes.
Hey. Akina Nonini came with Wekamu.
Yes.
At that time, it was still new. But nowadays, the things these people sing, but that's the reality they live in. Yeah? You can't sing something you don't understand. But we appreciate where it's going. Artists are getting paid very well right now.
Yes.
Actually, right now, somebody can live on music alone.
Yes.
Yeah, this 20 years ago, it was very different.
And in terms of music videos?
Music video, there I'm still disappointed.
Why?
wow, there's a lot you can do with they lack creativity. They lack creativity. Remember when we were doing music videos, to date, my favorite music videos are Michael Jackson. To date, those were in the early 80s.
Yes.
Remember the type of machines they were using.
Yes.
They didn't have 4K, they didn't have all these fancy computers.
Yes.
But those videos are fresh until today.
Today.
The Michael Jackson, who else? In video, my main role model was Hype Williams.
Yes, Hype was something.
Hype Williams.
The video he did for Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson.
Oh, amazing. Game changing.
Yes. Crazy.
I'll go back to do a video one of these days, but it will be something you have to look out for. Yeah.
Can't wait for that. And in terms of music quality,
Music quality,
style,
style
who are you listening to now from here, from Kenya?
in Kenya, huh? That's a very good question. Allow me to take it back. Yeah. And my favorite Kenyan artist is actually your good friend. It's called Nameless.
Okay.
Nameless is a true beast, creative genius in the studio. Go and listen to a song like Majitu.
Yes.
The production quality in those songs. Listen to the background vocals. Everything is amazing. Remember when Majitu dropped? Is there a song that can outdo that Majitu song to date in terms of?
Yeah, and Nameless is a beast in the game. Yeah, and recently he did a song with Reckless, and I know trying to change with the times and trying to give guys a different sound, but I felt like he was on a leash. Like he wasn't nameless in that song. It's a good song, good video, good quality.
Yeah,
But I felt that was not nameless.
it's the character. You have to put it down and take it.
It was
give it a backseat.
yeah. But nameless is a forever big name in the industry. Yeah,
Remember Mega Rider?
Mega Rider, the original.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of Nameless, remember this song we were talking about, the Anita, the
Yes.
one we recorded with Clemo first?
Yeah.
We went and redid that song that in Ogopa DJs before
Okay.
it split.
Okay.
As we were more close to Njoro.
Okay.
I never met Lucas.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe the time I was going, I didn't meet him. So we worked a lot with Njoro. Njoro, right now, when they split, is now called the Martians.
Okay. Okay.
Why? Even the time they split, when you listen to the production quality, you can feel Njoro's presence is not there. Njoro is a futuristic wizard.
People actually don't know that. Okay, so when you went to Ogopa, who is this Njoro you're talking about?
Njoro is a main producer. I don't know the interaction with Lucas, but according to me, he was the main producer in Ogopa at that time.
Okay.
This was early 2001.
Okay.
I'll tell you something very interesting. Remember I told you when I was in college, I used to go to 2 colleges at the same time. But at this time I had gotten a computer at home. Remember we were trying to capture.
Yes.
Then I went and Wallace told me, you need to get this software called Adobe Premiere. So I shopped around and I found that Njoro had that software. So I bought it from him.
Who introduced you to Njoro? How did you get to Njoro?
Same Bad Boy. Bad Boy was our manager at Foxhole. He's the one who introduced us to Clemo, still to Njoro.
Oh, shout out Bad Boy out there in the UK.
Yeah man. Enough respect.
Kabisa.
You see that Adobe Premiere, the money I paid for it was school fees.
So how much did he sell the software to you?
I think at that
How
time,
much?
this was early 2001. It was cost around 4,500 at that time.
Okay. He gave it to you on a DVD.
On a CD.
Oh.
I still have that CD to date. I remember it was a very old version of Premiere. By that time, it was new. This was Premiere 4.1.
Wow. And then I remember later we bought the capture cards.
Capture card.
Yes, I think it was like 3.5 or 2.5.
Yes.
Firewire.
Fire.
Yeah.
We used to
And
sing-
to render a video would take 8 hours.
Oh yes, press enter, then go out
and
to
then-
the club.
And then you realize there was a gap
Oh.
in the editing. There was like a black spot. Man, you have to redo that again. Man, technology time, I guess.
During this time we were there with Njoro, eh?
Mhm.
You see, we love talking to brainiacs. These are think tanks. Eh? At that time, Red Sun was there. This is the time they were doing Bumper. And also Baby Cool was there, and Chameleon, these Ugandan artists.
Might you remember the tracks that Njoro worked on?
Oh, yes. Many of them, like he told me it's one of his favorites, eh? And also it also became one of my favorites. Eh? This Baby Cool song, when I say be, you say
yeah.
be. Then he did Mamma Mia by Chameleon. Remember, all the kids around
You know,
us
whoever
singing.
is watching doesn't know this information.
Yeah, this is 20 years ago. But all this stuff is there in the interwebs.
Yes, but they just know Gopa. They don't know that it was actually... You know, Gopa, there were different people, different producers of the period. There was Lucas, there's Njoro, and then this guy for Main Switch also was in Gopa for some few years. Yeah. So Njoro worked on that one for Baby Cool,
Yeah.
Chameleon, Mamma Mia.
But when they split, Akina Isa and Akina, the other groups, the other guys, I can't remember the names clearly. Isa was the leading star at that time. They went to Lucas. The group that stayed with Njoro, now they formed a camp called Badman Camp.
Yeah.
Then they produced that song, Badman Anthem.
But still under Cosmia, I also don't know. Still when they were together. So Njoro worked on Mamma Mia, Baby Cool.
After that, under Badman Camp, tumefika wanajipa tuko freshi bila kuuliza.
That was Njoro.
That's Njoro. Man, listen to that instrumental.
Where did Njoro go? Might you know? Is he here in Nairobi? Is this
Yes,
still...
he's in Kenya. We haven't been in touch for some time, but he's a behind the scenes guy, just like me, so I understand him. There was a time I understand he went to Kiss. After that, we lost contact. I've been trying to look for him.
Okay.
If he can watch this video, please get in touch.
Yes. Njoro, big up to you and comment hapo hivyo tukutafute for our interview.
Damasians.
The Martians.
Where, kweli. You see, these are not necessarily mainstream music. We're into the production quality. Apart from Kenyan artists, I listen to a whole wide of range of artists. I love Lingala. Never used to before, but now because of the instrumentation,
Yes, the sound.
the live bands, I listen to a lot of dub, reggae dub. Leave alone this dub, they say. Now there's a real dub. There you find like, let me ask you something. Do you know any producer who did any Bob Marley song? Buju Banton, Culture, all these reggae artists. You find that we don't know those producers.
Yes.
Now those are the guys I listen to, the producers. There you'll find like my main role model when it comes to tech stuff. It's called Mad Professor, based in the UK. Does a lot of reggae songs, reggae dub, modern dub. When you go to old school, you find names like Lee Scratch Perry. Lee Scratch Perry did a lot of tracks for Bob Marley.
Okay.
You find the scientist. Then their topics are very interesting. You even hear the names they're calling themselves.
Yes. They're serious guys, man.
They like also to associate it with this sci-fi kind of stuff. Okay, maybe just to say, many people don't know what dub is. Dub is not the main song, the one you listen to in the radio in the club. Dub now is the instrumental part of it, but there's a lot of effects going on. Right now, modern people who are doing that is guys like Alpha Stepper, based in the UK. They're doing a lot of street dub.
Okay.
This is a very advanced music. They're mixing the instruments with computers and effects. So those guys influenced me. I also listened to a lot of movie scores. Movie scores. You might walk in one day and you find me listening to a Hans Zimmer track. Hans Zimmer, but my favorite is Steve Jablonsky. Steve Jablonsky did Transformers.
Okay.
The whole Transformers series, Steve Jablonsky. And when we watch films also, I listen to the sound effects, yeah? Then we try to make those sounds come out from our music systems. We want, when you're watching that movie, you should be able to get that cinematic experience. When the bass hits, you should be able to feel your heart beating with the same.
When we're talking also about films and movies, we skipped that part of your life that you did. You actually shot 2 movies or 3 movies?
3.
Yeah.
3 and Foxhole. Then we did another one called The Shell, where we collaborated with Mike Simiu. We did that one in Malindi. Yeah, Taidi High, these Inspector Mwalas were not in the picture. If I can remember very clearly, this was after the post-election violence. This was 2007. At that time, I remember, I had finished my first degree. At that time, Foxhole was not so active. So I went back to Claymore. At that time, Luch had gone to South Africa to study film production. So I said, wow, Luch is not there. Maybe I can go and ask for a position there to edit for him. But then I went there and told Claymore, and Claymore told me, no, Don, the music videos, there's nothing which has not yet been done in Kenya. Maybe what is remaining is now to shoot an upside down music video. We need to go into film. Wow, that idea stuck in my mind. And it was quite interesting, because you remember, when you're doing a music video, you're limited to 3 or 4 minutes to give a whole storyline. But when you're doing a movie, you have a whole 60 minutes, 70, 80 minutes. So from that motivation, yeah, we even we put in some money together. Claymore chipped in, I chipped in. We got a small camera to start doing the video. But at that time, I understand he was doing a lot of many things. Because at that time, I remember Major was not yet known. And that was the time he was trying to push him into the market. I remember that day of that song, Kuliendaje. Yeah, I was there in the studio when it was being taken. So Clemo told me, Don, you see this song, this Major, this guy is like a lyrics machine. This guy's lyrics can never end. I didn't understand at the time, but he proved it. So he took that song, Kuliendaje, to the TV quickly, then he came back. And I remember we were watching the TV. The song was on rotation. So at that time, me, I was not so much interested into music. So I pulled back and went and did the movies on my own.
Okay.
That's where we did the Y2K, Nangos, then there was The Shell. Yeah, but those were the 3 main movies. Y2K and Nangos have some similarity or have some ideas in what we're doing now. Y2K, the main, I was the one who was writing these movies. Think a lot. And I try to think ahead. Because remember, I was doing computers from a long time ago. So this movie was based on, we're going to come up with we'll come up with a kind of a software. When we load into these old computers, it will become modern. So no need to dispose your old computer. No, just come and see us. We'll put for you something, and this computer will become up to date. So now we are doing the same thing in music systems. We released one product. It's called Dawa ya Home Theater.
Okay.
Dawa ya Home Theater. We realized many people have bought home theaters, but they're not satisfied with that sound. They want extra bass. They want this thing to really thump.
Okay.
They're not feeling like they're getting value for the money.
Okay.
So many people, before the Home Theater came, many people are contacting me. I'm not happy with this thing. I'm thinking of selling it, and maybe you give me another one. I mind people's money and tell them, no, don't sell it. It's good. It's just that the guys who manufactured it didn't put in some things so that you can buy their next model. Yeah. So
So describe the home theater. What is it exactly?
The home theater is a circuit I came up with. So you'll attach it to this home theater on the speaker out. We will not open the home theater. We don't want to damage the warranty.
Okay.
Because you might want to resell it in future.
Okay.
So this is an add-on. When you add it on the home theater and it goes to the speaker, this thing will perform. It will give you very good sound.
Wow. Do you have like a prototype or one I can?
That one is not here. That one is in our shop in Gara.
Okay. So you also have shops?
Oh yes. In fact, we started from here, this place where we are sitting.
Okay.
Even these shades were not here.
Okay.
All these things were not here. So we started here, but clients were complaining, Mutawala is too far, it's too far. So I called Boni. Boni is the guy the mech who did the wiring for my car.
Okay.
And then Boni, Sosa, I think we need to partner up and we need to open a shop in Gara. You know, at that time, him is used to these Pioneer Kenwoods. His faith was still there. I told him, Boni, don't worry, you trust me. Just follow what I'm telling you. If it doesn't work in a year, we call it quits.
Exactly.
So that's what I like Boni. He's open-minded. He followed the idea. And right now, 10K package, the one we started with him, is the most popular of our products. A lot of cars have that sound moving around here in town. And we've never gotten complaints, returns, no. So what I do here, I take these products through quality testing. Like you see these ones here, these ones are not, they're still undergoing quality testing. We don't want the customer to go and encounter problems ahead, because when you're manufacturing, there's something called recall. If you release a faulty product in the market, it happens a lot in these developed countries. You might hear Toyota recalled 100,000 cars. Why? Because of something was not okay. So we try so much here. That's what I do daily, to make sure these products are good quality, so that before it goes to the client, we'll make sure this thing will not go to fail at any point. And that's what gives us the confidence to give a 5-year warranty.
Oh, you give a 5-year warranty?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
On all the products that has the Fox logo. So long as you got it from us, another electrician or repair person didn't touch it, 5 years warranty. Okay. I think so far we've replaced maybe 1 or 2. No extra charge. It's our product. We'll take it back, give you something which is functioning well. And you're going to be with us for 5 years. And another sweetener we give for them. You see, we're still growing. In case we come up with a new product, we give our old clients the first priority. We give them an upgrade offer. So long as you keep the first system intact, bring it back, we'll do calculations, you top up, and we give you an upgrade. So we are growing together.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having this thing being done locally in Kenya. You see, if it's, for example, Sony Japan, you bought this model this year, they release another model next year, you'll keep that one. If you want this one, you buy it. No, that's not how we do in Fox Hi-Fi Systems. That one we sold to you the first time. If we upgrade the technology, bring it back, top up, and get the latest.
If you were talking to the powers that be, let's say the government, what can they do to make like entrepreneurs like you have an easier time?
I would say the thing that is, according to me, where I think we're having a problem is bureaucracy. Here, there's a lot of processes before you put out something in the market. If they could reduce those kind of bureaucracies,
For example?
Now the cabs, ETR, all those taxes. You see, you're a new company. You don't want half of your income to go there, because you still need to grow your company. If they could give a leeway for startups, they give you 2 years before you start giving the taxes. They give you that time. You can experiment. If the business doesn't work out, you have time to readjust. You don't have to worry about the taxman. They should give them at least 2 years for the incubation period.
Yes, that's the right one.
Incubation. this will spur a lot of creativity in the young guys, because when you ask people nowadays, why aren't you trying to do your own thing? They say it's capital. Okay, capital for what? Licenses. I don't know, to get at new premises. I started Fox Hi-Fi here with a handsaw and a lot of drive. They still haven't yet disturbed me, but my 2 years is up, so now I need to be compliant.
Okay.
If I was to be compliant last year, it would have failed. It wouldn't have worked, because you need to get a location. So we got a shop in Gara.
Okay.
We started in a very small shop. If I can show you the picture of our first shop, the time we took it, it was a kiosk. There on Musindi Road.
And now?
Oh, right now we've moved, man. Right now we have a nice place there on Musindi Road. We're directly opposite Ngara Heights. At least the place is secure. This first shop, we couldn't leave our things to stay in that shop.
So every day you pack up all the things.
Yes. And that really affected my back for some time. Because you see, I deal with power tools, circular saws. So every day you have to walk with them in the bag, go back with them, home again. When it started to rain, you have to make sure you have nothing there in the shop, because it was leaking. Here we are doing electronics.
Man.
That shop, the time we got it, the first look we saw of it, you could have thought somebody threw a grenade inside and closed the door. It was chaotic, but we told Bonnie, we cannot give up on what we are doing. There was a time actually I had given up. I told Bonnie, hey, we've done 2 months in this shop, we haven't made a sale, let's close it. But Bonnie told me, no, don't give up, let's continue. If I had given up, all this thing would have been history. It's normal sometimes. You try something, it doesn't work out.
So what you're saying in brief is also it's very important to find like-minded partners.
Extremely.
With the serious ambition.
Yes,
and patience.
Yes.
Yeah.
People we have the same vision.
Yes.
Like I was saying, a lot of these ideas, I was given by like-minded individuals. So a lot of ideas on the ground, it depends with your ability to pick it up and go with it.
And to the young, ambitious entrepreneurs, what would you advise, or how can you maybe even guide them?
Okay.
Or inspire them?
I can give a lot of words, but when the policies are not favoring them, it's a bit tricky. But if maybe one or two of them are listening and they know they have the drive. I didn't get any of these things easy. If you believe in yourself, of course, get in touch. If I see you can make it, you have the stamina, of course, you'll join us and we continue. It's not for the faint-hearted.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
Yes.
Whoever is watching right now, how can they get in touch with you?
Wow. The number is 0703 871 841. Our website is www.foxsound.co.ke. Our shop is located in Ngara, Musindi Road, directly opposite Ngara Heights. If you want to know the exact location, just type on your Google Maps, Fox Hi-Fi System. It will bring you straight to our doorstep. Here where we are right now is in Utawala. This is our main workshop. But I have to vet people before they come to the main workshop. When you go to a restaurant, do you walk in the kitchen?
What are your social media handles?
Fox Hi-Fi Systems. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, still the same name, Fox Hi-Fi Systems.
Also on Instagram too.
Also on Instagram. All the social media platforms were there. But not so strong on Twitter or X.
Okay.
But we're working on that.
Okay.
Fox Hi-Fi System, type on any browser, you'll get all our information there.
Fox Hi-Fi System CEO, Mr. Don.
Doctari Sound.
Kabisa, thank you for having us. This has been really nice. He's been my friend forever and we've never done an interview, so also he's taken me back and I've had a lovely day. I can't wait to be back. And also, guys, please look for Doctari Sound.
Looking forward.
Thank you for watching. and stay blessed.